Hello and welcome to Toy Polloi 2, and it's time for another unboxing video. I've received a few boxes today. In fact, one of them is so large I can't actually film it. You can see this is now the extent of my filming area, and poor old Sam, old subatomic man here, has been pushed right to the front. I cannot get this box any further back, so we're going to have fun trying to open these. So I've received 4 packages here. I've got one from James, I've got one from Mark, I've got one from Bob, and this big one from Chris. Now I believe the one from Chris here is actually a bit of a grail for me. It's a toy that I've wanted to get into my collection for an incredibly long time, and Chris got in touch with me to say he just bought 3 of them, and would I like one of them. So that is a very exciting box indeed. Not to say that the other boxes aren't exciting. I always like opening boxes, and it's always very kind of people to send stuff in. So let's get on with this unboxing and see what's inside these packages. So this first package here is from James. He got in touch with me on Twitter and was asking a few questions about some toy repair, so I was helping him out with those. And he said that he'd like to send me some stuff as a thank you. So he sent me some bits which I believe are for the Nerdvest. I've already sent him some Toy Polloi bits back, so let's have a look and see what is inside this package. So we'll give this an open and see what's in here. I can feel a few bits. Oh, there's even a little letter as well, so let me move that out of the way. I'll keep those all covered up and we can then read the letter. So what the letter says: "Hi Dave, as mentioned in my Twitter DM and as a way of a thanks for the recent advice you gave me, I've sent you some bits for the Nerdvest. I really hope you like them and consider them worthy. I won't be offended if you don't." The letter goes on, it says, "Thanks to you, I've started to source and repair vintage Star Wars 3 3/4 inch figures, ships and creatures, a childhood favourite. So your videos are now as useful to me as they always were entertaining. Thanks again Dave, and I continue to look forward to watching more great videos in the future. Best regards, James." Well, thank you very much, James. I'm glad I was able to help you with your questions. I do try and help anyone who messages me because that's the whole point of toy fixing and toy collecting, is helping other people. So what has James sent? First up, oh, those are cool. Do you know what? I was looking at these in a shop recently. I walked into the shop because I saw this badge here with these sort of Dungeons and Dragons and symbol on it, and I thought it was really cool. I didn't buy it on the day, I don't know why, but these are fantastic. So that particular badge is definitely going on the Nerdvest. I will put some of the others on as well, but for some reason I did like that little and symbol. So that's brilliant, really cool. Then what have we got here? We've got some other badges. These are, well, the top one there is from 2001. It says, "Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?" Do you know what? I have to probably put that one on my vest as well, because obviously my name's Dave, so it would be quite funny to have that. And then we've got some other ones from Terminator, Life Functions Terminated, Life Functions Critical, and Computer Malfunction. Maybe that's not from Terminator, but those are really cool badges. Thank you ever so much for those. And then we've got a patch, and this is a Kenner iron-on patch, or a sew-on fabric patch. That is brilliant. That is definitely going on the Nerdvest as well. I'm going to pick and choose which Nerdvest it goes on. I have a Polloi badge on one of them, so I think the other vest requires a Kenner patch just to have a sort of a bit of balance to the force. So James, thanks. Those are absolutely brilliant, and I will be putting some of those definitely on my Nerdvest. Next we have this letter from Mark in Germany. He got in touch with me saying that he'd got a few spare m.a.s.k figures, and I think he sent me something particular for one particular m.a.s.k vehicle. So that's what he sent here. I've already opened it just because it's easier to open these things off screen. We've got a little package in here. Let's open that up and see what it is. Ah, look at that. It's Scott Tracker. In the last video, in fact, I picked up T-Bob, who's a sort of a weird little robot from m.a.s.k, and it didn't have the figure with it. And Mark said that he had a Scott Tracker, so he sent me 2 here. We've got one fairly battered one here, it's very yellowed, and we've got a pretty reasonable condition Scott Tracker. Let me grab T-Bob and we'll put him on so we can see the finished vehicle. And here is T-Bob. So this is T-Bob. It was an odd little robot. I grabbed him off eBay just because I've always thought he was a pretty cool looking thing. And yeah, he didn't have the figure. So this is the Scott Tracker figure. I think he just sits on the back of that if I squeeze his feet. Just a couple of little pegs on there, and he rides T-Bob around like that. So that's brilliant. Thank you, Mark. That's ever so kind of you. That has finished that little figure off. So I've now got a complete little T-Bob with Scott Tracker on it as well. Next up, we have this package from Bob. Now, Bob has regularly sent stuff in. I think he goes to a lot of car boot sales and picks up all sorts of oddities and little things and lots of broken toys, and sends me in stuff from time to time. I've no idea what is in here. He messaged me a few days ago to say that he was sending something in. So let's see what is inside this box. Cut the tape open. so what is in here? Let's take a look. Got some paper on top. I can see the remains of a $6 million man straight away at the top there. So we've got a armless $6 million man. He's got his trousers on and he's got a pair of shoes as well. Well, shoes are always very useful. Oh yeah, poor chap's had a little bit of a breakage down his arm. So yeah, but I think I've probably got the remains of some other ones out in my garage. I can put something together with that. That's very useful. We then have this, which is is that a walkie-talkie or something, or a part of a walkie-talkie? It looks like there should be something going on there. That's very interesting. It requires a battery, so it could be half a $6 million man walkie set. I will have to investigate that. It definitely says $6 million man on there. I will have to look into that. Looks very interesting. Then we've got a few other bits. There's a broken arm for a $6 million man, and we have got, that's the top half of a modern m.a.s.k Spock figure. I've seen those before. I think I've seen those in B&M. It's one where you could sort of split him apart and change his body. So that's the top part of a sort of like an alternative universe version of m.a.s.k Spock. Then we have, well, I'm going to say that must be a Spice Girl just because she got a Spice World t-shirt on. A headless Spice Girl. Very odd. I guess, should we say Sporty Spice, just judging by the trousers? Could be any of them really, but yeah, headless Spice Girl. Oh, and there's the head. Yes, definitely Sporty Spice. That's intriguing. Yeah, looks like someone's tried to fix that before. But yeah, that's the head for a Sporty Spice Girl. Then we've got another headless figure. No idea what that is. That says Paco made in China on the back of it. So some poor busted up figure. And then there is a final book and a note. So let me take those out and we'll take a look at them. Right, so the book is the UFO. Oh, I think this might be Italian. Bob sent me some stuff before that was like an Italian version of UFO. So it's another of those. It's I'm going to say graphic novel size because it's actually quite thick version of UFO, Jeremy Anderson's UFO, but in Italian. My Italian is non-existent, but I can enjoy the picture, so that's very cool as well. And there's a little note that just says, hi Dave, found some more bits for you, thanks Bob. Well Bob, that is fantastic. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing with this Spice Girl, but she looks like she possibly can be repaired. I'll have to see what I can do with that. But yeah, definitely the $6 million man, we can do something with him. We'll get him fixed up for sure. I'm sure I've got some arms and bits for him, and I'll have to go investigating as to what this is. Is it a walkie-talkie? I'm going to say it probably is, and there should be a second one, but I don't know until I do some research. So thanks for those, Bob. And this final box is from Chris in Iowa in the USA, who got in touch with me to say that he'd managed to buy 3 of this incredibly rare toy, here in the UK, and would I like one of them? And there is no way I could turn this down. This has been a grail of mine, I think pretty much since I first started collecting again. I don't think I've seen one in about 20 years here in the UK, so this is going to be absolutely amazing. I don't think it's complete. I think it's like the bare bones of it. It's a project and it will probably take me another 20 or 30 years to complete it, but it doesn't matter because I can enjoy it no matter what state it is in. So I'm going to have to open this box off screen. As you can see, it is just too big. And then we'll take a look at what's inside it. Right, so here is everything from those boxes, and there was a note in there as well from Chris which says, here is your, well, and I'm not going to say that because that will give it away. It says, she's a little beat up. I've watched you fix toys over the years, so enjoy your new project. Thanks, Chris. Right, well, thank you, Chris. I'm going to say a massive thank you before I even open this. I can see the main thing. It's sort of hidden under this pile of other stuff, but there is a lot of other bits as well. So let's open some of these other pieces and see what those are, because I don't think these are for the main toy that's in here. So let's just open these up and see what it is. Right, well, I recognise these straight away. These are a couple of panels from the Star Wars Kenner Death Star. In fact, these are the bottom floor panels from the Death Star. So I think that indicates what's in some of these other packages, certainly this one here. And yeah, this is definitely bits for the Death Star. So we've got the gun that goes at the top, fairly beaten and battered, and some other pieces. There's the little trapdoor there with broken bits on it, and oh yeah, a whole load of other pieces. I won't empty that out because I can see there's some other broken pieces in there that I don't want to lose. So there's some more bits for the Death Star. Then we have another package at the top here, which again looks like panels for the Death Star. So I will pull that out. And it is indeed. These are more bits for the Kenner Death Star. I think I have other chunks of this. I know I've got the main tower for it in my sort of broken bits box, so I may be able to put this together. I think I might even have enough to build a whole Death Star out of this. So yeah, we've got, that's one floor, if I can get it out here. So that's where the little trapdoor goes, which was in the other bag. So that's one floor of it. Then we have, that's the top floor, so that's the gunner floor with a little spring-loaded mechanism in there. That's often broken. Let me see if that is broken. Yeah, that is broken, but I've got fixes for that, so that's an easy one to fix. And then we've got part of the top section, which is where the retractable sort of plinth goes. So yeah, oh, there you go. So that's the retractable sort of area. So we've got Luke can swing across. So yeah, there's a good chunk of the Death Star. I'm going to have to rearrange my desk again, and then we can look at the main part of this. Okay, so here we are again. So this is the main thing, and the eagle-eyed among you may already know what it is, and yes, that is a pun as well. But let's open this up and we can take a look at it. Let's see how she fares. As I say, this is going to be quite a project, I think, from what Chris has said, and it does look fairly beaten up, but I'm just happy to have it. I've not seen one of these in such a long time here in the UK. It's such a rare toy for us. I think in America it was much more common to see these, but yeah, here it's a real rarity. And so here is what was in there. This is the remains of a Mattel Eagle from Space 1999. As you can see, it really is in a very sorry state. But as I say, it's incredibly hard to find something like this here in the UK. So even in this sort of terribly yellowed, battered, missing sort of all pieces state, I'm so pleased to have it. I didn't ever expect to even see one of these, so this is amazing. It really is in a sorry state. It's covered in stickers, and they all appear to be Star Wars stickers. None of the stickers are sort of from Space 1999. You can spot all sorts of ones from the Death Star and that inside it. So yeah, some child has gone a bit sort of crazy with that. In fact, there's some there. That is the ATST sticker on the side of that, and yeah, actually you can see the ATST top panel on the top of the front section there of the Eagle. So yeah, it's in a very sorry state. It is missing everything, but that is amazing. I've got one figure that should go with this ship in my collection. That's all I've got. So the rest of it, I have no idea if I'll be able to find it. Maybe I can make some pieces for it. We're obviously missing little panels here and the side panels and these jets on the side. We're missing all of the rear section apart from some of the sort of exhaust parts or the sort of jet parts. There should be 4 of those. I've got 3, and then we've got some smaller ones that I'm missing. I think those go possibly on the underside here, I'm going to guess, maybe. I can't actually tell at the moment. I'm just trying to remember where everything goes. So, oh no, I think those actually go in the front there. So yeah, I'm missing all of those. This locking mechanism doesn't seem to work. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is just an exciting thing. So I really don't know what to say, Chris. This is amazing. It's, you know, it may be battered, it may be broken, it may be beaten, but it's fantastic. This is going to be a very long-term project for me. I can't imagine I will finish this anytime soon, but even in this state, it's going to go straight on display here. I love it. There are also a few other pieces sort of jammed inside it. We've got some Star Wars bits. This is a weird little stormtrooper. I'm going to guess this is something maybe from, oh, it's McDonald's. I can see the little logo on this. We've got a little McDonald's stormtrooper. We've got a Clone Wars oh, it's a little skateboard, like a mini skateboard. So that's, again, a McDonald's giveaway. And then we've got this little plastic pot here. If I open that up, what's in there? Ooh, it's like a sort of rubberized, yeah, sort of rubberized sticky version of Darth Vader. That's a little weird thing. So thanks for all of those, but I have to say mainly thanks for this amazing Eagle. That is absolutely fantastic. So I do need to say a massive thank you to Chris, to Mark, to James and to Bob. I will be sending you Toy Polloi bits in the post as a thank you. So thanks again for sending all this stuff in. Some amazing pieces. This Eagle is a Grail project of mine, so I'm going to really look forward to tracking down pieces for this and seeing if I can get it looking any better than it does now. So that's going to be amazing, and all the other stuff is fantastic as well. I'm going to be putting more patches on my nerdvest in the coming weeks. So if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, head on over to my main channel Toy Polloi and subscribe there as well. And thanks for watching.